Have you ever been told your thyroid labs are normal, but you're still exhausted, gaining weight? You can't explain losing hair and freezing all the time? You're not imagining it, and you're not lazy. There is a whole category of thyroid dysfunction that standard testing often misses or dismisses. And there's a surprising organ behind a lot of it that almost nobody talks about: your gut. I am almost a licensed midwife, and today I want to talk to you about the actual research on the gut-thyroid connection and why root cause thinking matters so much here. Hello and welcome to The Midwife Says. My name is Melanie and I'm almost a licensed midwife in the state of Florida. Here I share evidence-based facts about women's health, pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. This subject is one of my favorite to talk about and is something very near and dear to my heart because I have personally gone through a family journey with thyroid issues. And subclinical hypothyroidism is when your TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, is elevated, but your actual thyroid hormone levels still fall in the normal range. It's essentially your pituitary gland shouting louder because your thyroid isn't responding the way it should, even though your labs haven't crossed the line into official hypothyroidism yet. This condition disproportionately affects women. A cross-sectional study of postmenopausal women found subclinical hypothyroidism in over 1 in 5 participants, with higher BMI, blood pressure, and cholesterol changes associated with the condition. And research broadly confirms that women are more likely to develop and struggle to resolve subclinical thyroid issues compared to men. Here is why root cause thinking matters here. Subclinical doesn't mean insignificant, it means early. And early is exactly when lifestyle intervention has the most power, before it progresses into something that requires lifelong medication. As I said, this is one of my favorite subjects to talk about because I have a very close person in my life who's dealt with thyroid issues, and these things took much longer to be diagnosed than they should have. And even though numbers were normal, the issue wasn't necessarily found. And even when the issue was found, the solution presented was take this pill because you're just broken. But this is the part that really blew my mind when I first started digging into the research. There's a growing body of evidence around what researchers call the gut-thyroid axis. A systemic review and meta-analysis found that small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or SIBO, has been directly linked to the development of subclinical hypothyroidism. Separately, a large-scale Mendelian randomized study, which is a method researchers use to look at causal relationships, not just correlations, found bidirectional links between gut microbiota composition and hypothyroidism risk. So what am I saying? An imbalanced gut microbiome doesn't just cause bloating and digestive discomfort, it can directly interfere with how your body converts and uses thyroid hormone. And the reverse is true too. Thyroid dysfunction can change your gut microbiome, which can then make thyroid symptoms worse. It's a loop. It's not a one-way street. This is exactly the kind of root cause connection that gets missed when we only look at TSH on a lab panel and never ask what's going on in the gut that might be feeding this. I'll be honest, this is part of why I started paying so much more attention to daily probiotic with actual researched strains rather than whatever's cheapest on the shelf. If you want to see the one that I currently use, I've got it linked below. It's one of the higher rated ones that I could find and is proven by research to improve the diversity of the gut microbiome. As I said, I've dealt with thyroidism in my personal life for many, many years. And one of the things that has helped this person in my life to improve thyroid health was taking gut health very, very seriously. So I'm going to talk about that a little more later. But let's talk about why does this matter even more during pregnancy? If you are pregnant or planning to be, this connection matters even more. A prospective cohort study following pregnant women with thyroid antibody positive subclinical hypothyroidism found measurable shifts in gut microbiota, composition, and function across the second and third trimesters, with researchers specifically flagging the gut microbiome as a potential future treatment target for this condition during pregnancy. Researchers studying subclinical hypothyroidism, specifically in pregnant women, found associations with small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, again, also known as SIBO, reinforcing that this is not a fringe theory, it's an active growing area of maternal health research. So let me explain that in plain language. Your gut health during pregnancy isn't just about avoiding heartburn or constipation. It may be directly tied to how well your thyroid supports your energy, your metabolism, and your baby's development. That's a powerful reason to prioritize gut health long before pregnancy, not just during it. It is so important to address your gut health at all points of your life and absolutely during pregnancy as well. If you are interested in a deeper dive on that, you can check out the link to a guide on repairing your gut health in my description box. So let's talk about autoimmune thyroid dysfunction. Hashimoto's thyroiditis, where the immune system attacks the thyroid gland itself, is the most common cause of hypothyroidism, underfunctioning thyroid. And research consistently shows gut health and immune regulation are deeply intertwined. A huge portion of your immune system actually lives in your gut lining. This is why root cause practitioners so often ask about gut health, food sensitivities, and inflammation when someone comes in with thyroid symptoms. Because if the immune system is the one attacking the thyroid, managing thyroid hormone alone doesn't address why the attack is happening in the first place. Again, I want to be clear, this isn't about skipping medication if you need it. Levothyroxine and other thyroid medications can be life-changing for a lot of people, and I'm not anti-medication, but medication treats the hormone level. It doesn't calm the underlying immune and gut dysfunction that may be driving the attack in the first place. Those can and often should be addressed together. So when we address gut health, we're addressing the immune system. And when we're addressing the immune system, we're addressing the attack on the thyroid that is causing the thyroid not to work properly. So things like increasing your microbiome diversity, increasing fiber-rich foods, which promote those bacteria to live and thrive, and avoiding things that harm your gut microbiome is a great place to start when it comes to your gut health. Supporting gut microbial diversity, again, through fiber-rich foods, fermented foods, reducing ultra-processed food intake, and when appropriate, targeted probiotic supplementation are the interventions that are most consistently improved with gut thyroid immune function across this research. And I know I'm being a little bit repetitive here, but this is so important and I really want to drive this home. Feed your gut the way you'd feed a garden. Diversity of food equals diversity of good bacteria, which equals a stronger foundation for your thyroid, your immune system, and your mood. If you've been dealing with unexplained fatigue, hair thinning, or weight gain that won't budge despite normal labs, this is worth bringing to your provider. Ask specifically about a full thyroid panel, including TPO antibodies, not just TSH, and consider that your gut might be part of the conversation too. Again, I've linked a gut support probiotic and a simple guide to healing your gut microbiome. This can be found on my website. I've linked them both in the description box down below. And again, if you are dealing with thyroid issues, I seriously empathize with you. I know what a long and frustrating journey that can be, and I would love to help you through it any way that I can. If you're interested in booking a consultation with me to talk about any health concerns, you can click the link below and do that on my website. So here's what I want you to walk away with. Subclinical hypothyroidism is common. It disproportionately affects women and often gets missed because standard labs don't catch it early. There's real published research around specifically things like SIBO and microbiome diversity to thyroid function. And this relationship runs in both directions. This matters even more during pregnancy, where gut and thyroid health are both actively being studied as connected systems. And because so much thyroid dysfunction is autoimmune in nature, addressing gut and immune health alongside, not instead of, appropriate medical treatment gives you the fullest picture of what's actually going on. If something in your body feels off, even when your labs say normal, I want you to trust that instinct enough to keep asking questions. Your body is wiser than you know, and it's usually telling you something long before lab tests catch it up. If this helped you connect some dots, I'd love for you to stay. I've got more of these root cause breakdowns coming every single week. Thank you so much for spending your precious time with me. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.